All right, and welcome back to the Mystic Syndicate. I am your Dungeon Master, Brian, and as always, I am joined here by our intrepid group of adventurers. Shane, you want to start us off with introductions?
Hey, I'm Shane. I'm playing cleric, captain, and I am a mousefolk, shitpot stirrer, and overall caretaker of the group.
I think your head's getting a little bit big up there. I'm Christy. I play Athena, wolf shifter, fighter, tank. Shut up.
I'm Rob, and I play Nathanios the Rogue, who is just so fucking awesome. And I have to babysit our Mouseketeer cleric.
My name is Max. I play Phenom, the Ranger, Dwarf Ranger. I shoot things with bows and arrows.
And fall out of trees.
And fall out of trees quite frequently.
All right, excellent. Okay, that was pretty good, guys. So we would like to give out some recognition and some thanks very quickly. I'd like to thank Anna B. Meyer for the use of her wonderful, wonderful maps that you get to see here every week. Right now, we are working with her Greyhawk maps, the Flaness. We're right now over the Velvet Empire on this map here, and that's where we are going to be starting our adventure this evening. I'd like to give a thanks to my moderators this evening. That is Shane and Rob are my moderators. Chrissy is one of my VIPs, and I believe Max is one of my VIPs. If you're not, then I gotta fix that. You guys are the ones who even though the story is mine, you all are the ones who are keeping this thing going and chugging. So that's the beautiful thing about
You're
it.
welcome.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Big thanks goes out to folks who are in the chat who may be showing up later. Usually they don't show up immediately because they don't want to hear me just ramble on about shit like this. So, would any of you guys like to bring us up to speed what happened last week, or do you want me to jump in?
Might as well give you something to do.
Wait, what? Okay, so yes, the last time we met, our adventurers were able to make it to the lair of the Velvet Queen inside the Velvet Empire. There, they were able to meet with the Queen. They were discussing some things with the Queen, and then were asked to come back the next day. They had on their first night there had taken up residence at the Golden Chalice Inn. But on the second night of their stay, they were actually moved from the Golden Chalice and placed into quarters in the royal keep itself. So that is kind of where we picked up last time. They had made the move. I think there were some certain things that they wanted to do this evening before they met with the Queen the next day. So they actually have probably about 7 hours of daylight to play with, or about 12 hours of actual time that they can buy or sell or look for information while they are here in the Velvet Empire. So that is where they are at. So, folks, what do y'all want to do? You have moved your items have been moved to the keep, and you have rooms that are next to each other. Each of you have your own separate quarters.
No, I had gone and seen Jawbreaker.
No, it wasn't Jawbreaker. It was Stonejaw. I think it was Stonejaw, if I remember right.
Yeah, it was like
Rockjaw.
Stonejaw or something.
Rockjaw. Yes, Rockjaw. Sorry about that.
I met
Yes.
him while I was at the temple. Then I came back and took a hot bath.
Mm-hmm.
And then Robert decided to come crop dust my room and then got caught and then
Yes.
pretended to shit in a bush. And then Athena was
Normal
going
Robert
to
shit.
take a bath as well.
Yes.
All right.
I believe that's what happened.
All right. Well, I would like to go to
And you're shit faced.
Oh, I am. I forgot I'm shit faced. All right. Well, I'm shit faced, so I might as well just do the one thing that I probably shouldn't do, and that's go to a store. I want to see if they have any some equipment that I might need.
Okay. Yeah. So so what type of store are you looking for?
Is this the next day?
It's the next day. Yes.
Okay.
I would say, bows, maybe
Okay.
some armor.
Okay. So
Any
like a
survival.
weaponsmith or a Fletcher
Yeah,
might be
or,
what you're looking for. Okay.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
survival gear.
Is there
stuff.
anyone else going with him, or is he on his own?
Well, I guess
Because I know you all have things you
I'll
wanted
go
to
with
sell
him.
too, right?
Yeah, I'll go with him to sell stuff.
Okay. Good.
Should I go to carry this stuff?
Sure.
Sounds strong.
Nathanius, what are you up to?
In a bush.
Shitting in a bush.
I'm going to see if there's like maybe a nearby sex shop that would like to buy these troll penises.
Ah.
Okay.
All right. All right.
You're gonna probably be pretty hard pressed to find a.
Giggity.
Jesus, Robert. Yeah, you're going to be kind of hard pressed to find a shop like that in this area. Actually, you're going to find it kind of hard to find any type of shop like that in any area in Greyhawk. So I'm not really too sure. Now you may be able to take it to an apothecary, or maybe if you run into a warlock or witch, they may need it for special spell properties. But most likely you will never, ever, 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 ever find a medieval sex shop in my D&D campaign.
Well,
just
then I'm going to go look for a magic shop.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. The merchant quarters is also where you find specialty goods and wares, and you will be able to find a shop actually not too very far away from the Fletcher and armorers and people like that.
Okay.
So you all take your time gathering the items that you are preparing to sell, cleaning them up a little bit, making them look somewhat presentable, and you all start making your way to the merchant's quarters inside the city. It only takes you about 3 minutes to actually get there, so it's not like it's a hard road to go. And you find yourself outside of a armorers and weapons shop. And like I said, within 3 minutes, it's pretty easy to find. The sign above the door lets you know what they are. One is called the Crimson Blade, and it's arms and wear. And from what you can see, it has 2 forges, and you're thinking this is a combined effort of artisans. May actually be a guild that is producing arms and armor. Right next door to it is an open air Fletcher. So you see large pieces of wood being worked on. that are being shaped into bows, mostly yew wood and sometimes some hickory. So you have hickory bows and yew bows. Most of the bows you see are of the longbow variety, which are mostly sought after by elves. Which there is a pretty good. There's a pretty decent elven population here in this city. All right, so are you first want to try to sell those items?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds
So
good.
I'm going to start off with Shane or with Apton, I'm sorry, and Athena selling the arms and armor that they took off of um, the hobgoblins that they fought against, or the orcs and stuff like that. Then we will pivot over to Finum, and then we'll end with Nathanios going into the magic shop. Okay, so Apton, Athena, you walk into this very well appointed, I guess it's a smithy and armor shop. And you see standing behind the counter a human male who's wearing a black apron, leather leggings, things of that nature. And he's talking with an elf about a longsword. He notices you as you walk in. He just kind of gives you a quick glance and a nod of the head that he does recognize that you are here. And he kind of leaves you to kind of looking around a little bit in his shop. Now, there are some really nice items here in the shop. You do see everything from daggers, two-handed swords, broadswords. You also see some more what you would consider maybe I'm trying to remember the word for it. Exotic weapons from lands that you may or may not really be too keen, or really know that much about. But yeah, you see some really strange items, but you can look at them and kind of get an idea of like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Don't know how to use that. It's obviously pretty exotic, and he finishes with the dwarf, not the dwarf, the elf, and he looks up and he says, "Oh, welcome to welcome. What are you in the mood for here?"
Good day, sir. I am Sir Eric Cleric, Sir Apton, and I have some wares that I need to see about selling.
Oh, great to meet your acquaintance. So what do you have? What do you got?
I look to Athena and
Break out your
And I'll
list.
pull them out. And I took note of them, but I think my computer shut down. So all I remember is that there was like 11 sets.
There was 11 herbs and spices.
No, it's not word.
I know. You
No,
don't
I
have
wrote it down.
you don't have the list. You don't have anything.
I know it was 11 sets.
How
of
cruel. 11 sets of. What could it be?
Nope, Notepad does not.
that's why they have Excel.
This computer does not have Microsoft Word and Excel.
Oh my gosh.
Google Sheets.
Use Google Sheets for work. They're pretty nice. I like Google Sheets.
Yeah, Google
Didn't
Sheets.
you write it down too?
Google Sheets are good.
And his other computer that he doesn't feel like getting up and going to get. $11 sets of leather armor.
We have 11 sets of leather armor.
Okay, very good.
We'll start there.
Okay, that's perfect. Okay, so he takes a look at them and he looks at the make and and the wear and tear on them and stuff like that, and he says, "Okay, yeah, I see what you have here. This is interesting." Some of the ones he kind of puts off to the side, and those are ones that look like in a really good condition. Like something you kind of have a general idea that may be of masterwork quality. And he definitely moves those to a pile that he's kind of creating. Some of the ones that are a little bit soaked with the blood of their former owners, he kind of looks at but it doesn't seem like he's discarding the possibility. So that's a good sign. He takes his time actually looking over the gear. Let's see. So he starts looking at all of the items, and it's leather armor. Cool. All right. Okay. So yeah. He says, okay, I see what you have here, and this is really not actually too bad. He points to the pile of the things that look more leather or masterwork, and he says, okay, I will I will give you 20 gold pieces for each one of these. And how many did you give him?
Had all 11 sets.
11 sets.
However many of those
So he pulled 7 of the sets, and he said he will give you 20 gold for each of those 7. The other ones, though, he says they look kind of rough, and he may or may not be able to clean them up in such a way, but he will actually give you 5 gold pieces for each of those remaining sets.
They don't really have appraisal, do they?
No, they really don't. I don't think they do.
I guess I will try doing an insight to see if I feel like he's trying to jip me,
Okay.
because that's about the best I can do on here.
Yeah, it's about the best you can do. Okay. Well, from what you know, does anybody have a? Trying to think of probably the best way. Well, insight would probably be fine. From what you know about leather armor usually, if this is not masterwork, goes for 10 gold pieces. So he's willing to give you 20 for the masterwork pieces and 5 for the ones that are not. So you get a general idea that it's not actually probably a bad price.
Okay.
So you're
I look at them.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be 155 total.
There you go.
I reach out my hand and go to tell him he has a deal.
Okay, perfect. You shake hands on it, and he hands you a. He starts to count out some platinum and gold and places it in a small pouch, and slides it over to you for you to also check. He looks at. So, do you have anything else? That was a pretty good haul you got.
We do, but we do not have it on us.
Oh, okay. Well, if you decide to sell it, make sure to come back, and I'd love to see it.
Oh, we'll be sure to bring back to show you what we were working with.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your business, and don't forget me if you happen to have anything else that might like to part with. So, are you all done there, or you wanted to look around for something?
In the armory melee store, I'm good on.
Okay.
I would prefer to see a magic store of some sort.
Okay. Oh, okay. So you can actually go to the magic shop with Nathanios, which ought to be real fun. Uh,
Oh boy.
oh no. Okay. So, Venom, what are you? You said you were going to the Fletchers. So, what are you looking for at the Fletchers?
What's the Fletchers? Is that the Bower?
Yeah, Bowyer. Yeah,
Boyer.
same
Just
deal.
oh yeah. Just is there anything that's like, in upgrade in my equipment that I currently have?
Well, let's see. Right now, I think you have, what is it? You have a +2 bow or a
I have
+1?
a +1 bow.
Oh, a +1 bow. Okay.
Yeah.
They do have magical bows, but they are quite pricey. How much money do you believe you have on
I
you?
have 450 gold, 100 silver, or something.
Yeah, there's not really going to be anything within your price range for that amount of money. Like a +2 or higher bow is going to be
A little bit more.
Yeah, it will be significant. So
Okay. Is
yeah,
there like an increase in like my quiver size or any arrows I'd be interested in?
right now your quiver size is what, about 20?
I
Probably 20
believe it
arrows,
is.
or
It. Yeah, it
yeah, I
usually
think it's
holds
about 20.
20.
Okay. He does have a magical quiver, but once again, it is
Same
the
thing.
same sort of
Okay.
situation. It is very expensive. There isn't really anything in here that you possibly could afford at this time, but
Okay.
they're always down the road. There is, of course, riches and fame to be had. Okay. So Nathanios, you find yourself outside of a magic shop, kind of perusing around, looking through the window, and you head on in. I'm going to handle you first before I have Shane walk in after you, because he was busy while you were doing this. So you find this you find a magic shop, and you walk in, and there's this. Actually, it's a young halfling who is sitting in a chair, smoking a pipe, and sort of perusing. It looks to be some sort of magic tome, an old book. And he sees you walk in. He quickly puts the book down and stands up, sort of wipes himself down a little bit. You can see that there was some dust from the book had actually accumulated on his vest that he is wearing. And he says, "Oh, good morning. Is there anything special you would like to see today?"
I'm going to look around to make sure that none of my colleagues are within earshot.
No, they seem to be busy across the street, either haggling with merchants or looking at wares and goods.
Okay. I'm going to go to the shopkeep and describe, not bring out my bag, but describe the bag, and just kind of tell him, oh, whatever I put into this thing, it seems like it's endless.
Oh, he says, oh, I would love to see it. Do you have it on you?
Unfortunately, I do not.
Got
to make a check for that one.
Yeah, you may want to do a deception.
Okay.
Can you beat it?
Oh.
Oh, shit. Okay, well, all right. Well, okay, so Mr. Deception here. Yeah. So he says, oh, well, that's a real shame that you don't have it with you. But so describe it. You said that whatever you put into it, you can just keep loading it up, huh?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, that does definitely sound magical. It sounds like it might be some sort of bag of holding. Do you happen to know, like, have you ever tested its limits?
No, I have not.
Oh, you should
Can
you
you?
should test it. That's probably the best way to find out. Unless if you happen to bring it by here, I could test it for you and let you know exactly its powers and potency.
Um, okay. I'm going to say I will be right back, and I'm going to walk out of the shop and make it look like I'm going back to go get said bag.
Oh, okay, but you're not really, are you?
No, I will come back
Oh,
with the bag. Just
okay. So,
I didn't want him to think I was lying.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, you go ahead and head on back out and find. But as you are walking out, you see Apton and Athena start to cross the street in your direction. You guys pass Nathanios on the street. It looks like he make an insight check.
Wait, me?
No, they need to make an insight
okay.
check. Sorry. 18 and 13. Okay. Nathanios, I need you to make another deception check. Okay. So, yeah, it just kind of looks like Nathanios is maybe looking for something, another shop or something. You don't catch anything special or strange about this. And Nathanios, you kind of you just kind of make it look like you're nonchalantly just looking around, but when you actually do have a mission. Okay, so
I'm
very
going to let one rip as Shane walks by since he's at ass level.
Jesus. Oh, Lord. I need a constitution save. No.
You know, he's gonna keep messing around. He's gonna end up catching hands.
Mouse hands.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Nibble on my toes?
Nibble my
You get
toes.
the dead
Watch
skin
the
off of
previous
it like
episodes,
goldfish.
have you?
No.
Okay. So, Apton and Athena, you all walk into the magic shop. And you see standing there, kind of looking out the door, is this halfling holding a pipe in one hand and a dusty old tome in the other. He's wearing sort of like a felt breeches and a matching vest and dress shirt. And of course, he has no shoes on because halflings don't wear shoes because that would be silly. And where would you find shoes so big? So he makes a way for you all to get in, and he says, "Well, hi. How are you all today?"
We're doing fine, and how are you, good sir?
I am doing great. So, can I help you?
I wanted to take a look at some of your magical wares and see what you had available.
Oh, of course. Yeah, sure. So he takes you over to a display case. There are wands. There are some magical. There's some potions. He explains each one to you. He's got healing potions. He has an invisibility potion. He's got cure light wound wands. He also has some really expensive items. One is a gem of true seeing. He has a couple of staves that look pretty pricey. Yeah, things like that.
What do you have
Couple of
in
amulets.
the means of being able to carry more items?
He says, well, we do have a few interesting items that you could possibly use. Let's see. We do have, I do have a bag of holding that might be up to what you're looking for. That sounds good. I also have a couple of backpacks that are somewhat enchanted, but they're not they're not as good as, say, a bag of holding, for goodness sakes. Those are really, really good pieces of equipment to have, especially for adventurers. Are you, sir, an adventurer?
Oh, I
He's a
am an
rodent.
adventurer, a pirate,
Butt part?
uh,
You're not there.
a sir, a lord of a manor. I am all things and a traveler, but a humble mousefolk in end.
Oh, wow. You sound important.
Only to those who feel that I am.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, okay, so would you like to see the bag of holding?
Of course, I would love to.
Great. Okay, so he goes back into the back and starts looking around. You can hear him going through bags and boxes and things of that nature. And he eventually comes out and brings it over to you. And he's like, well, I have this one right here. As you well know, it is a very important magical item, and I am looking to get possibly 1,500 for it.
Let me think about that real
What?
quick.
How much do you guys have? How much
I
do
don't
you
know the
have?
exchange rate.
How much do you have?
Hold on. I still have to look at it for another minute.
Okay.
Well, it's 1,500 what?
Gold
Silver?
gold pieces.
No, I'm sorry. She asked me that if
Oh.
we meant silver or gold. I have 1,000 gold pieces.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
I
so
have 450.
unfortunately, Venom, you are not here
No,
with
I
them
know, but
in
I'm
the
just
store.
saying, like,
He's metaing that he has.
Yeah, don't metagame, dude. That's
oh, sorry.
That's
I'm sorry.
terrible. That's terrible.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that was forbidden.
Now,
You know, well, hold on. So, yeah, because since there was nothing there for me, I guess I'll just follow them.
yeah, I mean you can. So
Because there
yeah,
was nothing there that I could get.
right.
I'm going to pull out the giant squid beak that I had taken from the hunt we had, or the
Okay.
encounter we had,
Okay.
and ask him how much would this gather.
He looks at you and says, my, where did you find such a wonderful specimen?
Took it myself.
Now that is impressive. And he says, "Okay, no, I see
All
you're
things through cord are impressive.
a very serious person. Okay, I can make a deal with you for this. I will take this off of your hands and knock 500 gold pieces off of the price."
And I will then pull out the green vial I got from. I don't remember exactly why we got it, but it was when we were supposed to drink it to help us sleep. I can't remember. There was some.
The girl that did the tree jumping thing when we met her.
She gave us a sleeping potion.
You could say which
It
girl?
might have been a healing potion.
The girl that I guess did the tree jumping with us. She gave us a
That's right.
sleeping potion to drink. So I will show him that and ask him, and how much for this?
Okay, very good. Okay, so yeah, that was the druid that you all ran into in the forest in the Vespi. He looks at it and because I don't think you actually used it. I think you just
Nope.
pocketed it. So yeah, you just
Right.
took off with it, and after she gave it to you, and he looks at it and says, and he holds it up to the light, and he's looking at as 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 he looks at the sunlight is touching, and he says, interesting. And he unstoppers it and just takes one of his little tiny fingers and smells it, puts it to his tongue. He's like,
Passes out.
and goes, "Whoa, this is who gave this to you?"
A friend of the woods.
Did any of you drink this?
I believe at least one of them did. I think you did. You drank it, and I was like one of the only ones who didn't drink it. I think you and Ricky both drank it. No, it was just me and her. So yeah,
Yeah.
it was just you.
He's like, so you had more than one of these?
We had two, and I was the only one who did not drink it. I believe.
Ooh, okay. He looks over at Athena and says, "Wow, I'm impressed that you were able to drink this. How are you alive?"
I may not have drank it. What does it do?
He looks at you and he says, "With the amount in this vial, you should have been asleep for at least 3 weeks."
Then I don't think I drank it because it didn't make me pass out.
Yeah. He says, "Whoever made this did a really good job, but I don't think that it was meant for you to drink the whole thing at one shot." He says, "I'll take 200 off for this vial."
Oh.
So now you're down to 18 or 8. Yeah, 800.
I'm going to go ahead and do another insight check, see if I feel like he's feeling how tight he's being.
Okay. Well, as you're sitting there kind of looking and trying to figure out exactly your insight kind of cuts back. You think that you've seen these type of bags for 2,500 gold pieces. This guy's actually cutting you 1,000 gold piece break off the top.
That makes me feel nervous, but
Because
now it's too good of a deal, Brian. You don't go to a car dealership and they go, "Oh, let me take 10,000 off." Oh, it must be a perfectly reasonably good car. I will look.
You're getting paranoid.
DM's always out to screw you. I will take that deal then.
Okay, great. Okay, so he hands over the bag, and he takes the beak and the vial, and thanks you for your patronage.
And before even leaving or stopping, I'm going to do a knowledge arcana. Actually, I'm going to do detect magic on that bag.
Okay, well, it's definitely magical. That's
Well, I think around an invisible object in the area and bears magic, and you learn its school of magic, if any.
okay. It is. I think is it like abjuration magic or something? I'm trying to remember what the magic is for these bags. Hold on a minute. I can kind of give you an idea.
You can take the detect magic and my knowledge of arcana, and then just tell me if it's a bullshit bag or not.
Okay. No, it is actually a bag of holding. It's a type 1 bag of holding.
Okay. That's all I needed to know.
Okay. Cool.
I look at him and say, "I appreciate it immensely."
Okay.
There's more than one type?
Oh yeah. There's like 4 different types.
Oh.
Yeah, a type 1 can hold 15 pounds, or the bag weight is 15 pounds, but it can carry like a ton of cool stuff. Hold on one more minute and I'll tell you. I'll kind of give you a breakdown.
Pounds, bag weight, 250 content, 30 cubic feet.
Yeah. Where a type 4 weighs 60 pounds, it can hold 1,500 pounds of weight, 250 cubic feet, almost like a small house. Yeah, so there you go. Pretty cool.
It can hold a crack shot.
Yeah, there you go. Nice.
How much are the healing potions?
So what was it?
How much are the healing potions?
Healing potions are 50 gold pieces each. Wands are 750 gold, but they have 50 charges on them.
What does a wand do?
Cure light wounds, but it has 50 charges. So you could cast it 50 times for 750 gold. Where a potion is a cure light wounds potion, but you can only drink it once.
So the wand is obviously better.
The wand is the better purchase.
I don't think we have that much money. I was just wondering.
I have. If you want healing potions, I'll give you some. I have some. I don't use them.
Cool.
I just want to make sure somebody has them. You know what I mean? In case we need them.
Right. Okay. Is there anything else you wanted to look at here? No?
I think I'm good.
You think you're good? Okay, cool. Max, you walk in and take a look around, and you're listening to them going on and haggling about with this guy about the bag, and yeah. So, is there anything that you wanted to add, or did you want to look around in this magic shop to find anything of? any
Yeah,
sort?
is there anything that would be useful as a ranger?
He does have a pair of goggles in there that look like they could be of somewhat help, but you don't really feel that they're probably magical. They are just really well made mechanically, and you're thinking like an artificer probably built them, but there's
Like
no
maybe
actual
like it'll help magnify my view or something.
Right. It's sort of like adding a scope to your bow, but it's one that you kind of wear on your face.
I will inquire about those.
Okay. He says that they are. Your idea was correct that it was an artificer who built them, but they did not imbue it with any magics. So it is actually lower in cost, but it would add a +1 to your attack roll. It does not do anything for damage, but it definitely adds to your attack roll.
So it's an attack +1.
It's an attack
so-
+1, and it's for 500 gold pieces.
Fuck. I'm 550 gold pieces off. Damn.
You're 50 gold pieces off.
Yeah.
I will hand him a bag of 50.
Oh, so there you go.
Awesome. Appreciate it. All right. I will take the goggles.
Okay. So
Wear
very
them on
good.
my little head.
And before, as I'm putting the bag in his hand, I
Mm-hmm.
look at him and say, "Just keep your boy in check."
Yes.
And I keep eye contact with him as I'm letting go of the bag of 50.
Yeah. So as he hands over this bag of coin to you, you look into his beady little mouse folk eyes as he says this, and you have a feel. I need. I think this. I think this needs a roll. It feels like a roll, and I want it to. I think you
Like
need
an intimidation?
Yeah, kind of like an intimidation roll. I would love to see how this plays out.
Intimidation, or is there diplomacy? I'm not trying to be
No, it
scary.
feels more like an intimidation the way that
It
you
does
said
kind
it.
of feel, yeah, it has that edge to it. You know, it's like if you keep him in check, or it's your shit. So
Well,
yeah,
I guess it doesn't matter because persuasion and intimidation are both +2. So
hey, there you go.
and
So
and I'm gonna go ahead and use that inspiration.
oh, okay, he's gonna burn that inspiration point. Okay, so I need you, Phenom, to roll. Let's see. I think. I'm trying to think what the other side of this would be. Maybe
insight.
Some
maybe
sort
a
of save.
maybe a wisdom.
A
Yeah, let's
wisdom save?
let's do a wisdom save. So just roll your wisdom and add it. Well, shit. Okay, so you both look at each other
Scissors, paper.
and you really try your best, Apton, to really nail this across. But he just kind of nonchalantly says, "Oh yeah, no problem at all," and just kind
Okay.
of just like agrees with you. But you don't really feel that it had the weight that you were hoping for, and
But
so
see, here's the thing:
uh,
is he agreed to the contract? He agreed to the
yes,
terms of service, so it doesn't matter whether or not he fully understands what is requested of him. It's just that he agreed to do so.
right, okay, so very good. So as you all start making your way out of the magic shop, now Nathanios, I want to know: are you going to be approaching the magic shop the same way you came out of, or are you going to do something different?
Nah, fuck it. I'll go in there. Same way I did.
Okay, so you guys are like heading down the steps of this little magic shop, and you step out onto the street just as you see Nathanios is walking down the street towards you. Yeah, so Rob, you need to roll some deception, I suppose, to see if you can, yeah.
I don't even know how that would even insight. Just the fact that I see him.
Yeah,
I don't need an
you just
insight.
had this sneaky suspicion at all times that Nathanios is up to weird shit or no good.
So I will. I'll see him heading towards the magic
Mhm.
shop, and then I'm just gonna turn back in and go back in.
Oh, okay. So, well, see, here's the thing, though. He beat you on the deception roll, so most likely you would not actually see whatever his actions are as suspicious. So I would question your motives on going back in. Now, if he had failed it, I would have been like, yeah, you're on his ass. Like watching him from like, you got spy glasses and shit. And you guys are like spying on him. But this, because of the role, yeah,
Alright.
yeah, I'm sorry. So, Venom, what are you doing?
I have a question. So I'm trying to figure out how to add the goggles to my inventory, just
Okay.
that way I have them in there. But
Just
I
click
type
the
in
button.
goggles, and all I find are goggles of night, which I get. They basically, if I'm wearing them, I get dark vision.
Mm-hmm.
But if I already have dark vision, it increases the range of it by 60 feet.
Okay. Well, like I said, these are not magical. I think there's a way that you can add items that may or may not exist. Or what you may have to do is have to remember every time you make the roll to go ahead and add that one.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Yeah, that may actually be the only way we can get around it. I'm hoping not,
Alright, I'll
but
just.
you never know. I mean, maybe I thought there was a way to add magical or non-magical items to it, but then again, we may
Can
have
you
to
just
explore that.
go to your bow and make it a +1? Add a +1 to the bow to hit.
Can I do that?
Yeah, just make the bow a +1 to hit. So you
Where
would
do I do
actually have a
that?
plus. You would actually have a +2 bow to
Customize
hit. Yeah, you'd have a
+1 bonus to hit.
right. So it would actually make it a +2 to hit, +1 damage, right?
I
I
have
think.
no idea. It says it's +1, and then there's a star next to it, a pound.
Yep. So click
Okay.
on the crossbow,
The
and
longbow.
then whatever. I was looking at my crossbow,
Whatever that
and then
thing
click
is.
customize, and then it'll say to hit override, and just add 1 to it. Or if it already says 1, make it a 2.
Oh, not a 2-hit bonus.
Actually, you might want to put in 2 hit bonus.
Yeah, because that's what it
I don't
is.
know why. Yeah, but there's a 2-hit override. I don't know what the hell that's about, but whatever.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Whatever.
Okay,
We tried. If it's not there, it's whatever. It's just a pair of goggles.
sure. Okay, good. Alrighty. So, you guys head on up the street. I guess, where are you heading to? Are you, the rest of the party, not Nathanios? Are you guys looking for anything else? Did you want to go, or are you all out of money per se?
Oh yeah, I'm broke. I got 100 silver to my name.
Wow.
I'm
Ooh.
going to be going back to the inn to grab my fairy cage. Not my
Okay.
fairy cage. My hourglass.
Okay.
Was it?
Yeah.
They gave me to go to the fairylands, and I'm going to
Yeah.
put that in my bag of holding and any of my other goods that I would like to keep in there.
Okay. Good deal. Sounds like a plan. Alrighty. So you guys go ahead and do that. Nathanios, you walk back into the magic shop, and once again, the halfling is excited to see you and says, "So, did you find what you were? Did you find your bag?"
I say yes, and I bring it out, look around to make sure nobody is looking after me, and hand it to him.
Okay. So he takes a look at it, opens up, and he says, "Oh, yes, this is a really nice bag of holding. How, are you looking to sell it?"
No, I just wanted to get information off of it.
Okay. He looks at it and says, "Well, it's in really good condition. It looks like it's fairly new. It does look as though it was created not in one of the more civilized nations. It does have some strange markings on it, but these are not cursed. It's not a cursed item or anything. It looks like it's completely legit." He opens it up and he kind of looks around inside and stuff like that and tries to, and he's like, "Oh yeah, no, this is exactly what I was expecting." And he hands it back to you. Wait, the troll penis? Are you breaking out the troll penises?
No. But you said he looked into my bag and was like, "Oh, that's what I was expecting."
Troll penises. No. He was not. He was not interested really in said troll penises.
No.
Oh, I think I think I know why you're having what is it? Your audio. I think it's because of Roll20. I have
Don't need to get out of it.
No. I just need to make sure that I have it all set on none. So, okay, cool. We should be good. I'm hoping. Okay. I don't know if that'll help it or not. It might or might not. Okay, so.
So I asked him
It didn't.
more about the bag, like how much can it hold? Like is it a minor bag? Is it like a smaller, or is it a better bag?
No, it's just a type 1 bag.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep, just a simple type 1 bag, and it is, utility container. Let me see if it will actually, oh no, it doesn't actually display. It's just a really nice bag. But yeah, okay, cool.
I am going to give him 10 gold pieces for looking at that.
Oh, okay. Wow, he accepts your coin and he says, "Well, thank you very much. Don't usually get a chance to do some just identifying items. So this was good. Now, do you have anything else you'd like to sell?
No, not that I can think of. Thank you. And I'll walk out.
Okay, so you walk on out, and are you heading anywhere else, or are you heading back towards the guess you guys were still at the inn and you were going to be picking up your stuff and moving it to the castle.
Bag of holding. Yeah.
Okay.
Once I get all my stuff in my bag of holding,
Yeah.
I'll probably go back by the Temple of Cord
Okay.
and say my good mornings and
Right.
hallelujahs and blessings be upon
Okay.
Cord.
Yeah. So you head on back over. Now it's a little bit more busier during the day than it is at night, and you do see there's a lot more parishioners here. They are doing the normal services. You also you do not see Rockjaw there. I think it was Rockjaw. Was it Rockjaw or was Rock something another? I can't remember.
Rockjaw.
Rockjaw. Yeah. So you do not see him there, but you do see other people who are wearing priestly robes and the like. And one of the acolytes does walk up to you and greet you and notices your clothing and and greet you warmly. And he asked and said, welcome. Welcome, Father. What? I don't think I've ever seen you here before. Are you new to our fair city?
I came in last night and stopped by here and said my evening prayers and decided I'd come back for seconds.
Ah, that's wonderful. Please make yourself at home. We have we are about ready to start service, the mid morning service, and we would love to have you participate with us.
How much time do I have? Do I have time to sit through?
You actually probably have about an hour of time before you're supposed to meet with the Queen.
And
the second
how
time.
long do the prayers usually take?
Usually about 45 minutes.
I look at him and say, I will gladly stay. If you see me leave, it is not due to the teachings. It is due to other things that I must attend to.
Yeah. He says, I totally understand. You're a traveler and you have obligations, but it is wonderful that you'll get to spend at least some time with us. And so you take, you stay for the time. And was there a specific time that you wanted to leave and make your way out?
Just if I'll do my best, guesstimation of how long it'll take me to get to the castle and be there 5 minutes early.
Okay.
So, however much time I would need to leave from there.
Okay.
Would be
well, good. Athena, what are you doing during this time? You have about an hour before you're supposed to meet with your second meeting with the Queen.
Well, since I probably don't want to follow him to Ford's place,
Right.
I'll go ahead and I'll study up on Elvish.
Oh, okay. Very, very
Ford
good.
would embrace you. All are welcome at the Temple of Cord.
You're going to get embraced. Okay. So, you are able to you go back and you do a little bit of studying, and I would like for you to, if you can, roll a percentile die. Or if you can't, I can do it for you. But I think you can do it.
That's the 100 one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not the button I wanted to push. Hold on.
Oh, okay. Cool. Wow.
Are you crazy?
Wait, what?
100 little options and I get 14.
Oh, but that's okay.
Okay.
I was trying to see if you could get a 15% or lower, and you got a 14. So I need you to I'm trying to think how I'm going to do this. This is going to be a little weird because how much when we actually roll for, I think, what was it? We roll for your intelligence when you try to read Elvish, being that it's not
I don't know, but it said that I can understand about 10%.
10%. Okay, cool. All right, so what you're going to do is I want you to roll a d20, and that is going to be what you're going to add to that. Okay, so you will now add that. So instead of, what was it? You said 20% before?
10%.
What was it?
10%.
10%. Now you have 22% chance of understanding it.
All right, now I gotta figure out how to edit this.
It's pretty good. It's not too bad. Yeah, you might have to add it as a note or something.
It's in notes. I just don't remember how I.
You'll figure it out.
How that happens. Cool.
And on to whomever.
Okay, so Finham, what are you doing during this time?
Is there anything else that would be appropriate for like a ranger to have that might be of interest to me? Oh, wait, never mind. I don't have any money.
You have
Never
no
mind.
money.
I go back to the inn and I just kind of go and stroll around or collect whatever I need to
Okay.
go where we're going.
Very cool. All right, so very good. You you spend your time getting ready to once again see the queen, and yeah, that's what you are. That's what you're busy doing. Very cool. Nathanios, you are doing what?
I am going to go up to random people.
Yes.
And persuade them to simp for me.
To simp for you?
Yes.
Okay. Can you explain? Because I'm not really too sure what that means.
In real life, I'm pretty sure that's like super desperate guys on the internet, like kind of like buy whatever hot girls are selling on OnlyFans or some stupid shit like that.
You're missing a part there.
Am I?
You're not a hot girl.
Yes, but that's why I have very high persuasion. I'm going to try to start a cult.
Oh no.
Or persuade people to join my cult.
Okay, what this cult that you're trying to start, do you have like a is there a credo or is there information? Do you have a pamphlet, so to speak?
No, just very smooth talking. It's a religion that basically worships me.
Okay.
And, they go and like give me money and shit like that.
Okay, so you're trying to pass yourself off as some sort of prophet.
Yeah, kind of. Think of it.
Mormon or Scientology?
Yeah, I was thinking think of it like Scientology.
Okay.
Only without the aliens.
Oh, okay. or the Thetan levels or any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you are in the market and you have an hour of time.
Okay.
I'm going to say that you approach 5 different people.
Do I need to roll 5 different times?
Yes, you're going to need to roll 5 different times. You need to. What is your persuasion?
It's +9.
Jesus Christ.
So
Okay.
5. Wow, that sucked.
Yeah, so I'm going to say that you need to make a 25 or better to get anything from these people. Okay. Well,
Wow.
that was fun. Alrighty.
Wow, Rob.
Yeah, so you had a lot of people. The 22 one, they were actually, you almost had them. They were like so close to believing your just stream of bullshit. But what ended up happening was it just was not meant to be. And so you return By the time you get done, it's getting very close to the meeting time with the queen at noon. So,
Persuade her to join my cult.
yeah, I guess you could fucking try. Guess it could happen. I don't think it's going to happen, but that would be even funnier.
Can I go up to him and be like, have you heard of the anti-mugging you fund?
The anti-mugging you fund. God. Oh, Lord. Here we go. Okay. So you all end up meeting back up at the inn, collecting your gear and items, because you are now you figured, well, you're on the way back towards the keep. You, of course, were given quarters there. So you make your way to the castle, and are once again greeted there by the soldiers who escort you in. But this time they do not escort you to the throne room. They actually escort you to a smaller room, which is a little bit off of the throne room. And you notice that it's some sort of like a meeting hall. There is a long trestle table there, and there are chairs arranged around it. The queen sits at the head of one side of the table, and when you are shown in, you notice the guards stick around. They actually post themselves at the door. The queen greets you warmly, and you also notice that as you see these chairs and you see the table, that there are goblets of wine that have already been set out. The queen has one herself, and there's also kind of like a charcuterie tray, like there's meats and stuff. And you notice off to the side behind her are two servants. And they come and they quickly pull your chairs for you and set you. And the queen looks up and says, "Well, good morning." Or I'm sorry, good afternoon, actually. And she looks over at as the sunlight is streaming through what is it called? Oh my
Skylight.
gosh. Skylight. Thank you. Thank you. Here's me having a stroke over here. I'm forgetting words. And she says, "I hope you all have found the city to your liking." And in front of her, she rolls out this map. And she looks at it and she says, "Well, as you can see, right here is where we are at currently. Your travels are going to take you to Erutuvar, which is the actual capital of the wolf nomads. This is where you will plead the case for the release of the princess." Now, she points and says, "Now, my scouts have reported that there is something very amiss about the wolf nomads. This has not always been the case, and we feel that there may be some sort of tampering with the nomads. And remember, these are a barbaric tribe. They are not as sophisticated. Magic is strictly forbidden. And it can be met with violence by them. So please make sure to keep that in mind." She points and says, "Also, this was brought to me by a scout just 2 days ago." And she brings out this, it looks like an amulet on a leather cord, but it looks to be some sort of, the cord is attached to, it looks like a hand, like a mummified hand, but it's really, really tiny, like maybe the hand of a gnome or a halfling. And clutched in the claw is a crystalline rock. I need everyone to make a perception.
Dumb question that I may
Yes.
be misremembering.
Okay.
Don't I have something like that in my bag in a rag? A mummified hand. Didn't we
Mm-hmm.
find something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I
You
still have that.
did.
I remember that.
Yeah, you did. Actually, that was, I believe you took that off of was it an orc shaman during the fight? It was
Yeah,
it was actually a magical focus.
I don't think we did destroy it. I don't think we could. We didn't want to touch it. So I put
You'll-
it in a rag and then I put it in my bag.
yeah. That does make sense. Okay. So
What are we rolling
so let me
for?
see perception checks. So Athena got a 6, Nathanius got a 13, Phenom got a 20, and okay, so Phenom and Apton, you immediately realize that this crystalline structure looks very, very similar to the crystals, the one that is that makes up the Halenta dagger. You've seen this crystalline structure before, and it's I mean, even Athena, you should have probably got a second roll, but yeah, because I needed at least a 10. Nathanios, you'd seen these before, but you didn't really understand what its purpose was. But you just can't catch a break. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Once Apton looks at it, he points out that, because
Those crystals we've seen before. We've dealt with them in at least 2 different situations.
Mm-hmm.
I say
Exactly.
quickly.
And as you are talking about it, I need Athena to make one more check. Perception.
If she fails this, watch what I do.
Oh, God. Don't fail.
Actually, I wanted to.
Oh shit. Okay, cool. So
Hi.
you look at the amulet, and you immediately look down to the Halenta dagger that is in the sheath at your side, and you notice it is glowing a bright blue. You can see the light spilling out from in between the little the stitching in the leather. And you're muted.
That I'm going to put my hand on the dagger and ask if she senses anything.
Okay, so you put your hand on the dagger and you ask it if it senses, and Halenta's voice rings in your head, and says, "Yes, yes, Athena. This is a truly evil artifact." So,
Any advice?
she says, what you probably should do is probably try to destroy it. Sonic vibrations or maybe a sonic attack might work.
That's why I think we destroyed the other one.
I really don't think we did because we didn't know how to.
Well, I think the other one didn't actually have a.
Take it to the
I don't.
temple.
We'd have to go
No,
back.
that
No,
was
I
crystals.
thought that he had us all back up so that he wouldn't shatter anybody else's crystals anymore. Made sure we were out of the way this time. That did his ringing.
But I'm talking about the mummified hand,
Yeah, the mummified hand was different.
not a crystal. The crystal I did blow up a crystal.
Okay.
Mhm.
I don't remember that. So then I'm going to tell them that that's an evil thing.
Okay. The queen says this was actually taken off the body of a barbarian scout. So that is all we know. We do not know how they came in contact with it, but we do realize that it does have some sort of magical properties, which is very strange that a barbarian tribe, which usually abhors magic, would be wearing such an item.
Well, I can tell you that those crystals, if you are not aware, do capture souls.
She looks back kind of in shock and she says, "Really? I had no
Yes.
idea. Have you seen these before?"
Uh, yeah, I said that a
Eddie.
minute ago. We've seen them multiple times.
Oh, okay.
We actually had a golem of these things explode in a tavern we were in, killing one of our wards, who thankfully was able to be revived. Um, and we have also dealt with them at least one other time.
She is. She says that's very impressive that you were able to. You said a golem made of this same crystalline material. Hmm.
Hmm.
With not the
And
purpose. Was it purposely? Was it to attack
yes,
people
actual
or?
intent.
Ah.
Multiple of them were let off inside of a city, and they rained much terror and death upon it.
She she just kind of nods solemnly and she says, "Okay, I understand." She looks around and says, "I am not really too sure what the purpose of this item is. I have no idea how to even direct you in fighting such an evil. But I just know that your mission is to go further north and to meet with the warlord um, of the wolf clans." So she
I
says,
would suggest you
mhm.
destroy that or put it somewhere where nobody can get a hold of it,
she
because touching that crystal would probably cause many problems.
she asked, said, "So is there? Do you know of a way of destroying this?"
The crystal, yes. The crystal I know how to shatter. Um, Unfortunately, I figured that out a very unuseful way. And the hand, I would say, maybe see if one of your many priests could um, put it to rest.
Okay, she agrees to do that. She says so. Um, she hands you a map that shows you probably the easiest path through the plains. Got to think that once you leave the Velvet Empire, you are going to go through this area right in here. There is a forest between you until it goes into the open grasslands. There is no real actual cover from here to here. It's just open plains. So with tall grasses. So most likely you are going to be kind of out in the open and also in danger. She does not know what to tell you. What is lurking beyond. She just shows you that there is a path that has been taken by her scouts that have been kind of trying to keep an eye on what is going on in the southern part of the wolf nomads range. There really isn't much what you would consider, the border is kind of porous, but you really don't get a lot of the nomads. The clans in this area are they they're nomadic, so they will move with the herds of cattle and animals and things like that, wild animals that they may be tracking. So she knows and does tell you that by the time that you arrive in Ero Tavar, you should be there at the same time when they start getting ready to winter for the year. Okie dokie.
Very good.
Sounds like a plan. All
It's
right.
gonna be cold.
Yeah, and especially on the plains, that wind is gonna just be, because remember, you guys are getting a lot further north than you had been. I mean, as far as temperatures go, Apton understands the north because this is where he is from. This forested region here, but he has never actually traveled much into the wolf nomad or tiger nomad lands. And especially being a magical using folk, he probably could be in some sort of danger. For the rest of you, really don't use magic all that often. Apton is really now if oh my gosh, why can I not remember? Hold on 1 minute, because I will remember because I have it right here. Now, if Armos was with you, then of course it would be even more dangerous, but he is not. Okay, so is there anything that you want to ask the Queen? She's giving you a lot of information. Is there anything that you need to know?
Be expected there?
No, unfortunately, you are not.
So we are going there,
Blind.
surprising them, and hoping to recover this princess
Right. What I
just out of
can
the goodness of their heart.
No, what I can do is I can provide you a gift to give to them, to give to the warlord, who once he sees it, he will realize that you are under my protection. And yeah.
Is that something that will actually, no offense, bear weight in a barbarian nomad land?
It will. They remember the time before I permanently became a human, when I was at one point in time a dragon.
Apton does his best to not make any weird faces.
Okay.
His deity isn't fond of dragons.
Right. So,
Well then, let's hope that this gift will help persuade him to release her from her captivity.
I hope so as well. At that, she motions over one of the servants, who brings a small wooden box. She opens up the box, and inside are four pins. Each of them are they're pins. They're probably about an inch and a half tall. They are made of gold. The eyes, and they're dragons. They're like pins that you would wear on a cloak, or something very similar to what you wear to show your station in Furiandi. but these are the pendants of the dragon. And the eyes in the dragons are green, and they match the green color of the queen's eyes. And this time, the servants walk around and pin these on your capes and cloaks, in prominent, so that people would be able to see them. And she looks and says, once they see these, they will know that the power that behind them, and that you are serious in your quest.
The people in the Nomad Lands, or is she talking about the people within her kingdom?
Within the Nomad Lands and my kingdom,
Okie dokie.
you are now my emissaries. I know that you are, of course, ambassadors of Greyhawk, but now you are mine as well. And the nomads know that if any harm comes to my ambassadors or my emissaries, that there is a price. Now, she holds up the magical, the amulet with the, what is it? And she says, but this evil, I do not know what it does. If it has any way of being able to control the minds of others, then I don't know how you will be met. So,
Well,
any
let
other
us hope
questions?
that the last thing I would ask is if we could have access to your teleportation circle.
She immediately looks up and says, "Oh, of course. Yeah, I'm sorry. We should have offered that to you yesterday. Being that you're going to be spending the night in the keep, I will make sure that you have access to that circle. Have you already? Do you already have several paths already?"
We have stones to Chindle.
We've been attuned
Oh, that's
to different
wonderful.
places.
Oh, that's wonderful. She says that is great. Is there any other questions you might have?
None at the moment, but hopefully we can seek audience with you if something comes up before we leave on our travels.
I was hoping that we would at least get to meet one more time before you depart. The date of departure is completely up to you.
Well, with winter coming, sooner would be better.
That is probably the best thing. Because here in the Velvet Empire, the leaves have already changed, and it is starting to get a little bit chilly at night. Okay, so she rises and leaves the hall, leaving you all to talk amongst yourselves at the table. The guards are still present, but the servants depart. So, as a group, if you need to discuss anything, you can.
Is it late in the day?
No, it's actually just a little bit afternoon. You only met with the queen for probably about 40 minutes. So it's about 12:40, 12:50 in the afternoon.
I'd really want to pop back, find out about the attack in Chindle, and that happened,
Okay.
and also see if we can get that gift box from.
Okay, great. Okay, so you rise, and the guards are waiting at the door, and they open the door for you. I guess you can, if you would like, you can ask them where the teleportation tower is, and it looks as though they are here to escort you to wherever you need to go inside the keep.
We'll head to where they direct us
Okay.
in order to attune.
Okay, so as I'd said before, I believe there were 3 different towers inside this castle, and they take you up to one of the more thin, very tall towers. Inside, after you go up a series of circular staircases, you come into a very familiar type of room. It has magical runes on the walls and ceiling, and you have a large magic circle drawn on the floor. This one is obviously a permanent fixture, just like the one that you have in your tower back in Chendal. So there is an elderly elven man, and which means that he is probably very, very close to probably 600 or 700 years old. And he notices as the guards bring you up, and he says, "Oh, welcome, welcome, welcome. You." He looks at your cloaks and he says, "Oh, it's so nice to meet fellow ambassadors. I was an ambassador once for the Queen. And where is it that what is it that I can help you with?"
Me and my compatriot here need to see about attuning our ion stones to be able to teleport from here and to here.
Ah, very, very good. He says, all you have to do is step inside the circle, present these stones, and I will do the enchantments. And you should be ready to go within just a few moments.
We'll nod and go ahead and get on in. And I'm going to see if I can try and use some sort of like arcane knowledge or something to see if I can hear and figure out what enchantments he's doing.
Okay.
So if I ever had to do this myself, I could possibly not fuck it up.
Okay. So go ahead and make an arcane knowledge roll. Yeah, you realize that it's not divine magics. It is definitely arcane magics, which are usually not afforded to you. Yeah, you do not recognize the language except for knowing certain words and phrases, but it is not something that you could possibly channel through yourself because you get your power through chord, you do not get it through the universe. Okie dokie.
So I gotta say about that.
Okay. All right. So within a few moments, you notice that the stones are glowing, that familiar glow, and you can go ahead and activate them. So who's going to Chendal?
Before we going anywhere, are we close to wrapping up and want to save that whole thing to another time, or are we going to be streaming for a while longer?
Let's see. Well,
I
that's
just want to make sure before we
Yep,
dig deep into something.
yeah, before we get really, really deep in it, because yeah, if we do this, you're going to be getting into having to. You'll get back to Chendal. You'll visit probably Manclaw Manor. You will arrive at your actual sort of base of operations. You will meet with Armos, who I would love to have Armos actually here to do this, but I know that's impossible. Which would be
also reaching out to him and seeing if he'd be able to squeeze in a little bit.
Yeah, if he could squeeze in maybe 10 minutes of time next week, I would be super, super happy.
The other thing is also Nathanios and Phenom, as far as I know, do not have the ability to teleport.
Yeah, they don't have stones, unfortunately. So they will actually be left behind. So that's totally up to you, what you guys need to do. Because they're not attuned.
They ain't got no stones.
They got no stones.
So, if we are not going to be streaming for a lot longer of a time, I'd say maybe we could just figure out some stuff to do in town and get horses sorted, which we don't have,
Right.
and get supplies for the upcoming cold weather
Right.
and all that before we go
Okay.
gallivanting into times past.
Okay. Very good. I would like for actually, well, because everybody here was present when this happened. I would like everybody to make a perception check. Okay. Athena. Okay, so I am going to I wonder if I can send you a private message with this information, but I can't remember how to do it through Roll20.
If you
Might be able to do it. I might be able to
on
do it
Roll20,
just
you do /W, I believe it is.
was it /W? I can't remember.
But it might
mean,
show
I could
up
always
on the stream.
I could always. Oh yeah, it is going to show up on the stream if I do it that way too. So actually, let me do it through Discord. How's that? I can do it through Discord. Okay, cool. Here we go. What's up? Oh no! All of our things took off. I'm sorry. Well, I guess we can't figure that one out. You know what? I'll just tell you what it is.
Just message it to her later.
Okay. Well, okay. Yeah, if we're going to, yeah, okay, that's fine. I suppose. I thought this was something that she could definitely bring up, being that she remembered it, but that's okay.
Okay, here's what we do.
I see.
Everybody, take your headset off and just set it off to the side, except for Christy and Brian. That way, all the people watching who actually have their volumes on know what's going on, except for us.
You can do that. Ooh, radio silence. Nice. Okay, so Athena, you are now that you've attuned your stones and everything, and you're looking around this room, and you're looking at the myriad of books and different things that are here and scrolls, and you remember the hourglass that was given to you, or actually given to Apton by the fairies. And you were kind of remembering that you had talked about that there's some sort of, that if you go into the Feywild, there is a chance that it distorts time. But you're not really sure if this is truth or not. And you kind of think that this elven man, this wizard, might actually be able to answer that question for you. Okay, so there you go. Cool.
Okay, so I can ask it.
Yeah, you can actually ask that. You can ask that gentleman if you want to.
Okay.
Okay.
Of course I want to.
Okay, so very good. So he explains to you.
Should they put their things back on?
Yeah, because they're present and they can overhear you talking with them. So yeah, you guys can.
So you can put your thing back on.
Yeah. Put your headphones back on.
Yeah, Robert's too busy looking at his phone.
He's looking at porn. No. Okay. Okay, cool. All right, so as you all are standing around in this tower, you see Athena's looking around this room at, like, there's scrolls and books and charts and stuff on tables, along with this magical circle in the area, and she sort of walks over very quickly and strikes up a conversation with the the elven wizard. If you make a perception check, you'll be able to listen in on their conversation. Well, 17, very nice. 19. Okay, well, yeah, okay. So all three of you are able to um to kind of get a little bit of information or get an idea of what they're talking about. Athena is asking this gentleman about time distortion in the Feywild. And he looks at her with his ancient eyes, and he says, "Oh yeah, yes, there is a time distortion issue in the Feywild, but it is only after you have been there an entire hour. Once you have been there an entire hour, the time accelerates here." Is that answer your question, young lady?
So we could go in for just like 1 hour and come back and go just an hour later.
That would be the safest. You do not want to be there any longer.
Okay.
So, all right. So hopefully he answered your question. All right. So if you are not going to be using the teleportation circle at this point in time, you can go and try to purchase cold weather gear and other sundry items. How much money do you have left? I know you guys were getting pretty low.
Well,
Or
for the group, we have like a total of like 355 gold
Okay.
for the group money, and then I personally have 150 gold and then some silver and copper.
Okay. All right. So you have a little over 400 gold, I think, unless there's other people who have other monetary.
I have 100 silver.
Okay.
I have 70 gold.
70 gold.
I have like 300 gold pieces.
And, I got a note here. I didn't add to this yet. Hold on.
Okay. So, what are you looking to purchase?
Well, I'm going to see if I can speak with the Queen's advisor, I guess, maybe,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
ask if they will provide us horses for the travel portion, at
Okay.
least.
Yeah. You have a general idea that the items that you seek, the mundane items like horses, cold weather gear, and things, will probably be purchased by the Queen's government.
Very good. And then I'm going to ask if there's going to be any sort of, yeah, I guess this is going to be a mean way of putting monetary compensation for the travel ahead. Granted, there aren't going to be probably many towns or anything, but something to barter with if we do come across any.
Well, she
nomads.
did. Well, she did say that she was going to provide a gift from her to the warlord. So you know that is some sort of significant item,
Okay.
which you will be receiving when you decide to leave, to depart the city.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, then I will ask about the horses and mundane items.
Okay. Yeah, the horses and mundane items are going to be covered, so they will be actually they will be ready for you when you are ready to leave. Of course, being that you have to travel pretty quickly, you are not going to be able to use a cart, but you will of course get horses, and they will be strong riding. Like medium riding horses, not just light riding. Okay.
All right, then all we really need to get is going to be nothing really if they're giving us all the mundane items. So we'll
Yeah.
have like cold weather blankets. We have
Yep.
tents.
Yep. Really, about the only thing that you're going to need is to, as you had said before, get the storm box from Ricky, or from Armos actually, and yeah, that's really kind of probably one of the things you'll need. Alrighty, so well, I think this is probably just as good enough the place to stop as any. It's now 8:18 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here at Mystic Syndicate HQ. Again, I would like to thank Anna B. Meyer for the use of her wonderful maps, which we truly love. I mean, I really enjoy them. Next week, we will have our group, or part of our group, actually traveling to Chendal, which is in the Kingdom of Furiondi. It is the capital. And they'll be returning to their base of operations to see old friends and retrieve a magic box.
Basement door locked.
That's right. So I'd like to thank everybody who dropped by and chat. Thank you very much for hanging out with us this evening and watching. If you catch us later, make sure to feel free to always feel free to drop by and say hi to us in chat. I know I can't answer you personally, but that's why I have moderators who are watching and who are willing to help me out with that job. I'd like to thank my players for once again showing up this evening and having a good time, I hope. Do you guys have a good time?
The best of times.
Awesome.
Oh,
And the
yeah.
worst of times.
Oh
Cool.
yeah.
Oh.
I got goggles.
I got goggles. Oh
And
my
a
gosh.
contract that you might not fully be aware of the stipulations to.
There's that too. Yeah.
Not these stipulations. Oh no. So yes, make sure to catch us next week, next Sunday when we do this all over again. 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be continuing on with our Dungeons and Dragons. It'll be episode 34, which is actually kind of like episode 68. If you really kind of think about it. Because we've been doing this over a year now. With, a couple of little hiccups here and there. But we have actually, we've done actually pretty well, I think. We've added some people. We've lost one person, but hopefully one day he'll be back. And it would be awesome if we had 5 players, but that would be cool, I guess. So yeah. So thank you all again. Do you guys have anything you all wanted to add before we close out?
This episode is sponsored by Terms of Service. Be sure to read them because you don't know what you're getting into.
Exactly. All right. You guys have a great evening, and we will catch you later.
See ya.
Have a good night, y'all.
My good choices.
Didn't lose him. We just temporarily misplaced. Temporarily.
No, right where it's at. In my heart.
You better be cleaning up that house nice and good. Getting those sex chains off that wall.
He probably added more.
Yes.
You forget who we're playing with.
I added a few more things to the menagerie.